Linda and Kazan, thank you so much for joining us on the Spotlight and welcome to Cape Town.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Linda, let's start with you. This period marks 25 years since the brutal killing of Amy. How do you feel to be back in the very city where it all took place?
Well, I've been coming to this city for 25 years and I feel it's home, but I haven't been here for a few years. So it's a coming home, very much a coming home feeling. Things have changed, things have stayed the same, but it's been very warm.
Back then, all those years when you got the news of what happened to your daughter, could you take us back in time to how you felt?
Well, we were excited because Amy had been here on her Fulbright research work for 10 months. She had just gotten a wonderful fellowship to get a PhD at an American university in African Studies to continue her work. My daughter Molly in DC got a call from the State Department, called my daughter Kim. It went down the line and then, you know, Kim said, "Are you sitting down?" Now, does that not sound like what most people are saying? And you know the minute, sit down, you know something really bad has happened. So, you know, it obviously was stunning and shattering, but there was a sense of, you know, Amy was doing exactly what she wanted, and she had described to us in detail what was happening with the young oppressed people.
Kazan, let's come to you. You've been chosen to bring Amy Biehl's story to life. You're the director and, of course, no stranger to directing lots of feature films and short films. What is it about Amy that you are excited to work on?
When I read the script, I try to find a personal connection to the story, and so I can have this true voice and be able to bring life to this story in the most authentic and most beautiful way possible. So the way I survived Saddam war 2 times, 2 wars with Saddam, me and my family and my people. So I know how it feels to be hated and oppressed, and it's so important that the stories get a chance to be told right now, but also the boys' story. That is really important to me and to Linda and everybody in the team. That is, we tell the story from both sides.
I'm listening to you and I'm just in complete awe. How did you manage to turn that pain into forgiveness?
Well, it's about finding out the truth, what happened. But we didn't dwell on the actual event. That day happened, but it's not the end. I think Amy would have been extremely disappointed in us had we laid in bed taking some Valium, like I've seen so many people do. I said, we want to understand why she loved this country as much as she did.
The title of the film, The Year of the Great Storm, how did that come about?
It's actually what they call that year. That they call that year for Year of Great Storm. And Joanna saw that, and I think it was really powerful because that was the change they were looking for. They wanted that year to be their year, that they were going to have a change in their country, and hopefully to get peace again. So, and I think it's a very beautiful way that Joanna Baldwin captured that and used it as a title, because it says all of that.
I want to just go back in time. When did the idea come about to bring Amy Biehl's story to life?
Okay, well, first I read about Amy's death the day after it happened when I was living in Paris, but I wasn't thinking like a movie person at that time. She just really touched my heart. So a number of years later, I was involved in a film called Serafina. I had a connection to South Africa. And in the creative process, you know, it just came up that I needed to reach out to her family and see if they would be interested in a film. So that's kind of just how it began in 1995.
Did they play any big role in your writing process?
Absolutely.
Spending time with the family, chatting to the family?
Absolutely. So the first thing that we did was I spent a week with Linda and Peter in California, and at that time it was really, for me, in my head, it was 1996, it was Amy's story and the guy's story. We didn't know who the guys were. They were, you know, in prison, so we didn't know much about them. I wanted to know about them. When I was with Peter and Linda at that time, we were really going through Amy's files and thinking about her. But while that was happening, which was the super cool thing, if you have time to develop a film for years, is that the people beside you are the ones that are going to actually be a bigger part of what you're doing than you realize. So that was really organic in a sense.
We've got this film on paper and we've got all the role players. It's a lot of work that's going to go into this production.
Exactly, exactly. Well, you've spoken with Joanna and you know the sort of the time period and trajectory just to develop the story, just to do all that groundwork and to write the script. And it really goes through different phases, the production. It's development, and now we're just getting ready to move into pre-production and production. And then, of course, once the film is made, now we're going into the whole cycle of releasing the film, which really can take months and months, you know, if not a year.
Of course, besides all the hard work and manpower that's going to go into making a film like this come to life, there's also the finances. We see them on the big screen and we all celebrate the movies, but you know, there's so much more behind the scenes, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of responsibility. A lot of the stuff we're working on is based on true stories, based on true events. In this particular case, we're bringing in what I call independent funding, and that's through my fund. I have a group of partners who are all, you know, of the same heart and mind and spirit in terms of really wanting to get great content out there. We will produce independently, and then we'll select a studio partner or an independent distributor to do the, you know, for the best, whatever's going to be the best for the film.
What is it that you want people to take away from this story?
Maybe just through the storytelling, there will be some lessons coming out of that. Hopefully, this is the outcome, that this story opens up minds and hearts to other possibilities than hate.
My vision is really to bring back to people, link arms, and start to care and take care of each other. If we are not doing that, then we are just going the wrong way, and it will be just too late to return. It's really important that we stand up now.
Well, Kazan and Linda, well, thank you so much for talking to us today, for your time. I can't wait to see this story come to life. Definitely one to keep an eye on. We look forward to seeing this story unfold on the big screen in time to come. Speaking of movies, let's head there together on the other side of this break. Stay right where you are.